August 2nd, 1993. A small, peaceful town in upstate New York. The summer sun had just begun to warm the sidewalks of Savona. Birds chirped, neighbors waved, and parents watched their children play. It felt like any other summer morning until a little boy didn't come home. 4-year-old Derrick Robie had left his house to walk just a few blocks to a summer camp held in a local park. He'd done it before. He was independent for his age, smiling, cheerful, with a blonde bowl cut and a backpack bigger than his body. His mom, Doreen, watched him walk down the street, not knowing it would be the last time she'd ever see her son alive. Just a few hundred feet from the park, someone was waiting, a 13-year-old boy named Erick Smith, red-haired, pale-skinned, thick glasses clinging to his nose. He looked like a normal kid, awkward maybe, but nothing dangerous. Nobody knew the darkness that lived behind that shy smile. Erick had been bullied for years, for his looks, for his voice, for the way he walked. He felt invisible, until he found someone smaller, weaker, more innocent than him. And that morning, he acted. He approached Derrick, lured him off the sidewalk and into a nearby wooded area under the guise of playing a game. But once they were alone, Erick turned. He grabbed the little boy, threw him to the ground, and began a brutal, senseless attack. He punched him, kicked him, strangled him with his bare hands. And then he picked up a large rock and smashed it into Derrick's head, again and again. The autopsy later revealed injuries so severe the child died from blunt force trauma to the head with skull fractures and brain damage. Erick wasn't done. He posed the body. He inserted a small object into the wounds, like a final act of power or mockery. Then he left, quietly, as if nothing had happened. When Derrick didn't arrive at camp, counselors called his parents. Panic spread, police searched, and within hours they found Derrick's lifeless body face down in the woods, blood on the leaves, his tiny backpack tossed aside. The town of Savona froze in horror. Who could have done this? A stranger? A drifter? No one suspected the red-haired boy who watched from a distance. For days, Erick Smith acted normal. He rode his bike around the neighborhood. He visited the crime scene with his family. He even asked police what had happened. But guilt has a way of bubbling up. 4 days later, Erick broke. He walked into the police station with his mother and calmly said, "I think I hurt someone." What he confessed to was not an accident. It was cold, calculated, and completely without remorse. When asked why he did it, Erick had no answer. "I don't know," he whispered. The trial began, and the nation watched in disbelief. A boy, just 13 years old, on trial for the murder of a 4-year-old. Erick sat emotionless as the court described every horrific detail. The media called him a monster, a child killer, evil in a boy's body. But others asked, was he born like this? Or did the years of torment push him to snap? Psychologists later diagnosed him with intermittent explosive disorder, a condition linked to uncontrollable outbursts of violence. But the judge made no excuses. Erick Smith was convicted of second-degree murder and sentenced to 9 years to life in prison. He remained behind bars for 27 years. And in 2022, now a grown man in his 40s, he was released on parole. The Robie family? They never recovered. Derrick's mother once said, "Every morning I still look at the sidewalk and wait for him to walk back home." This isn't just the story of a killer, it's the story of 2 broken lives. One stolen, one shattered. Erick Smith will forever be remembered as the boy who killed, and Derrick Robie as the child who never got to grow up. And maybe, just maybe, this tragedy will remind us all that monsters don't always come from the shadows. Sometimes they wear glasses, smile politely, and ride their bikes through peaceful neighborhoods.